Hi friends, it's Amy at Doki Forest, and I just want to say, first and foremost, happy St. Patrick's Day. Today I am working on a page for the Inspired to Create 2023 Journal Prompt Challenge. This is an open collab hosted by AJ's Inspired Life and Messy Missy Creates, and I will have all of their info down below. This is week 3, March week 3, and the word for this week was St. Patty's, but abbreviated. So it's ST and then Patty's, PATTYS. And for this week, it was super fun because Allison and Melissa actually had a live stream. And I wasn't able to catch it live. I did watch the replay. And what they did was they opened it up to the chat, and the chat got to throw out a bunch of prompt ideas for each letter, and then Melissa and Allison picked the ones that they wanted to use and made a page. So I did this again along with my friend Chrissy, who joined me. We couldn't get together in person, but we FaceTimed each other, so we both worked on it together. We chatted while we were picking our prompts, and we had a lot of fun. So I will tell you my prompts that I picked for each letter. And there was like 3 T's and 2 S's, so but the chat had so many good ideas. Really great. So for S, I picked shamrock, of course, because I figure, St. Patrick's Day. For T, I picked torn paper. For P, I picked paint splatter. For A, as you can see, I picked aardvark, which I was super excited about. For the first, the second T, I picked teal. The third T, I picked texture. The Y, I picked yellow, as you can see. And the S, the final S, I picked sparkle. So I have to include all of those things on this page. So I've got my aardvark, I've got my shamrocks. Now I am using some of my India ink to paint. I am using, the color says right there on the bottle, it is teal. So yeah, I've got my teal and yellow, of course. And then where I'm blending them a little bit, it does tend to go a little more green. And I'm totally okay with that because, it's St. Patrick's Day. So we've got to make sure we have our green represented, right? Speaking of which, I couldn't even find a single green thing to put on today. Oh no, my socks are green. I couldn't believe it. How do I not have a green shirt? I'm like 1/4 Irish. Come on. So, let's see. So here we are painting with the India ink over here. And I bet you weren't expecting an aardvark on St. Patrick's Day. I know usually it's leprechauns. But in the Doki Forest, I guess we have like a lucky aardvark that you might spot running through. And legend says, if you do see this aardvark, you are bound to have good luck. For how long? Depends how long you see him. If you see him for just a second or two, you'll have a few good days. If you see him for a few minutes, then you'll have a few good weeks. If you see him for hours, you could have some good months, years. And if you feed him a really good snack and he moves in with you, you're set for life. So yeah, this is so fun. I love this Inspired to Create prompt challenge so much. I cannot wait to do the next one. And I couldn't find any music to go with this video that was like Irish or Celtic kind of sounding. But you can rest assured that I have my Make 'em and Clancy CD out. That was like a classic in my house growing up. My dad would take out, we had a Make 'em and Clancy, I think it was a live in concert cassette, and he would blast that. So if anyone else is a fan of Make 'em and Clancy, let me know. But yeah, I have to have that on. That's tradition. And I am going to make an Irish soda bread today. I have made it before. We have a family recipe. And I don't think I made it last year, though. Last year I made a rainbow cake because the kids like that better than the Irish soda bread. So maybe I have to make a rainbow cake again, too. I don't have to, but I mean, maybe I should. Let me know if you guys do anything for St. Patrick's Day. If you make any special food, or, if you put a little green food coloring in the old eggs or whatever, green eggs and ham. Or if you put green food coloring in pancakes. I've done that before. Make nice green pancakes. Or if you've got green on today, or if you've got Irish music playing. Or if it's just like any other day, that's fine too. Oh, definitely let me know if you are making a leprechaun trap, and if so, did you catch one? I think I saw the Lucky Charms box now. You can buy it, and I think it either gives you instructions on how to build a trap, or you use the box to make a trap, so that's pretty cool. The kids used to love making the leprechaun traps. Oh, here's my paint splatter. So far, let's see. I have aardvark, shamrock, yellow, teal, and now my paint splatters are going on there. And that's just, the gold is watercolor, and the white is just a watered down. I think I just grabbed my gesso. I want to say it was white acrylic, but I think it was just my gesso that was sitting there on the table. And that's the only thing I didn't show, was I did add gesso to this page. First, to try to strengthen it so it could handle the mixed media. And now I'm using my modeling paste combined with a little metallic acrylic paint there, a pearl pink. And I'm just scraping it through the stencil and hoping it will work, because I have not used modeling paste too often. And by that, I mean I think I've used it once. So it's an experiment, but I love it. I love how it came out. I am super happy with that. And this is some paper I made the other day after watching Care over on her channel, My Take at the Lake. She made all this awesome paper, just scribbling with markers and spraying it with spray bottles. And she tried different pens and, to see if some of them would run and some of them didn't. So I went and I just grabbed a bunch of the kids' printouts that they had printed out and didn't use, and they were just going to go in the recycles. And I grabbed their Crayola markers, and some of them were like really old ones that didn't even write anymore. And I just dipped them in a little dish of water, and I made almost like a little thin, not paint, but yeah, almost like a very thin watercolor with just, the marker and the water that was in there. And I just dropped it all over the paper. I scribbled on it with the markers and sprayed it with the spray bottle. So I was having a really good time. But yeah, I'm going to link her video down below, because you should see her stuff. It came out amazing. So there's my torn paper, adding that in, and my shamrocks. I'm making a little like shamrock garden over there. Had to get the tacky glue because the glue stick was not sticking to the gesso. And of course, tacky glue on. That's watercolor paper. I usually mention this, but I like to do my watercolor paintings separately and then cut them out and add them to the page. Sometimes I'll paint on the page, but my preference is to do it on the watercolor paper and then just cut it out and add it. So just figuring out where the little shamrocks are going to go, just planting them around the page. Have you guys ever found a four-leafed clover? Have you spent time looking for a four-leaf clover? I always try to find, if I see like a patch of clover, I do still have a look to see, but I have never found one. But you can always draw one. You can draw a whole field of them. And I had some extra little ones, so I figured I would just scatter them across the texture there. Do I have everything on the page now? Shamrock, paint splatter, torn paper, aardvark, teal, texture, yellow. Oh, sparkle. I don't have the sparkle yet. That's the final touch. But first, white gel pen, of course. I just wanted to add a little bit here and there. It didn't really show up on the shamrocks too much. It does show up on the aardvark though. And I do recommend when you're using this white gel pen, don't do it like I did and work at the bottom and then go back up to the top of the aardvark because it stays wet for a while and there's a really good chance that your hand could go through it and smudge it. So I would recommend working at the top and then moving your hand down just to prevent those smudges. Or you can just wing it and see what happens. But I just wanted to see some of that fur texture. He's a fuzzy little guy. And this is the final touch. This is my brand new. I just got this is my first time using this Mod Podge. This is the Sparkle Mod Podge, the glitter Mod Podge, and I love it. I know Allison over at AJ's Inspired Life loves her sparkle, loves the glitter Mod Podge, and I can totally see why, because it's really fun. And then the last thing was I just didn't like the white space over there, so I used a little Distress Oxide and then just my finger and a little bit of paint. And he's all done. My St. Patty's Leprechaun aardvark is complete. Thank you so much for coming by today. I wish you luck. I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.